Today's episode is about coming full circle. So I want to share with you a story about a musician that I've played with, performed with, who is also on one of my albums. And it really is a full circle moment. And I'm talking about drummer Rayford Griffin. That's Rayford, an incredible drummer, really super cool dude. This is during the recording sessions for my album 1111. That was my second album. Let me see if I got a picture of that here. I think I do. There you go. There's 1111, album number 2. Working on album number 3, which I'll talk about in just a bit. By the way, if you're not a subscriber of this channel here, I would love to have you subscribe, as I want to take you along the Laire journey through my musical history and, of course, recording my latest album, which is coming out later this year, called ER. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. But Rayford Griffin, he played with jazz fusion violinist Jean-Luc Ponty. Look up Jean-Luc Ponty. If you are into, classic rock, if you're into progressive rock, you got to get into Jean-Luc Ponty. The dude is fan-frickin-tastic. Man, just a great player. Anyway, so back when I was in high school, I had no clue what jazz fusion was, never heard of it, didn't know about it. I remember, I think it was in 10th grade, my sister, who was running on the cross-country team, one of her teammates, I was talking to him and he says, "Oh man, you got to check out these artists." And he gave me a cassette to listen to. On one side was Al Di Meola, who is just an incredible guitar player. And on the other side was Jean-Luc Ponty Live was the album. And that was the first time I was exposed to Jean-Luc Ponty and fusion, jazz fusion. I didn't know that Jean-Luc Ponty was a violinist. And when I heard the first track off of that cassette, I thought it was just some dude playing a synthesizer, but it wasn't. It was Jean-Luc Ponty playing violin and running it through a lot of effects and stuff. Just really, really cool, really, really innovative back at that time. So when I found out that Jean-Luc Ponty was playing a concert that I wanted to go to, so I took the bus, went to Tower Records, because that's where you would purchase tickets, and it was the day before the show. This is out in LA. Jean-Luc Ponty was playing at a place called the Greek Theater, which is a great venue because any seat you sit in is a great seat. So I bought tickets, and I was able to get tickets about, 23 rows back from the stage center. It was just awesome seats. And I talked to the guy who gave me that cassette, and I said, "Hey man, I got these tickets, let's go to the concert." He goes, "That's fine, I'll drive," because I couldn't drive. I didn't have a driver's license yet. So we go see Jean-Luc Ponty, and lo and behold, his drummer was Rayford Griffin. And this is a shot of Rayford back during that era playing drums with Jean-Luc Ponty. Now, I didn't, know really who he was at the time, but, there was this connection there. Matter of fact, here's another shot. This is years later when I did see him play again with Jean-Luc Ponty. And there he is, and there's Jean-Luc Ponty doing his thing, and Rayford at the drums. But again, just an incredible musician. So, fast forward many years from the time of high school, and when I did my show, when I released my first album, Resurrection of Black, I did this big concert that was called Rockin' for Vets, that I did at Cal State University Northridge, big venue. And I was talking to my buddy Wally, who is another great keyboard player and who also played with Jean-Luc Ponty. And I was saying, I want to do this show. I want to play my album in its entirety. So he says, "Hey, I have an idea. I have a great drummer who I think would be perfect for doing this live show." And he says, "Rayford Griffin." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Now I'm thinking, oh my God, that's the dude that I saw way back in high school at the concert with Jean-Luc Ponty. I go, I'm gonna play. I could play. He could play drums in my band. That's what I'm thinking. Now, of course, I'm playing it all cool with Wally. I'm like, Rayford, yeah, sounds like I think he'd be great for it. And but inside, I'm like, holy crap, totally thrilled. Matter of fact, let me play you a little clip from the show that we did at Cal State Northridge. Check this out. just a really great gig. And yeah, that's Rayford jamming on the drums there. You might have even seen that clip. A lot of you who are following me and become fans saw a clip from that song and from that concert, which you seem to really enjoy. So thank you for that. But yeah, so it was just really exciting to see somebody that I saw back when I was in 10th grade, to fast forward many years ahead as this does come full circle and I get to play with this incredible drummer. And it was just a really, really great experience. So I thought, okay, I got this next album coming up, and let me see if Rayford would be interested in playing drums on the album. And so he agreed. He goes, yeah, I'd love to play drums on your next album. And so we did. And matter of fact, at Rayford's place, he has his this great recording studio setup. So we actually recorded the bass and drums at his recording studio. And it was just a great experience. Rayford's just such a cool dude. Now, I'm really super thrilled that I've been seeing him play out live, and he's doing his jazz thing, which that's really his forte. One thing I want to share about Rayford is that his uncle was the legendary, oh, that's Rayford. His uncle was the legendary Clifford Brown. Clifford Brown is considered one of the greatest trumpet players of all time in the jazz world, and that's Rayford Griffin's, that's his uncle. So freaking cool. So there's the jazz connection there as well, which is pretty awesome. But it was just exciting to have the opportunity to play with somebody who is at that caliber, who I saw when I was a kid, and it really did come full circle. Now, okay, I do have to admit that at our first rehearsal before we did our big show at Cal State Northridge, I totally fanboyed out. I was like, Rayford, oh my God, I saw you in high school. This was the most exciting thing, blah, blah, blah. I just totally, went off on how great I loved his playing and how I was just thrilled to have this opportunity to have him play in my band. And then after I did all that, then it was like, all right, back to work. Let's get to work. We got to get this show down. But it was a lot of fun and a great experience. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, is that things do come full circle. They really do. So be open to it. When there are opportunities like that, you got to grasp them. Matter of fact, if you want to share in the comments, maybe some experiences that you've had that were really positive, great experiences that actually came full circle, I'd love to hear about it. Love to hear about it. So put them in the comments. And again, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I want to take you on my Laire journey as I am working feverishly to get the ER album completed. The ER album, this is the album cover for ER. Again, thank you, Mark Hall, for letting me use your artwork. Love that. The album's coming together. We're getting really close. Just finished mixing another song for the album. We've only have 2 more songs left to record with Mike Mangini on drums and Matt Bissonette on bass. Getting those songs ready to go. They'll be recorded in August. And I'm just feverishly working on getting the rest of the album done, mixed, mastered, and prepped so that we can get this album out and released to you, hoping for a November release. And then in regards to touring, because I get asked that question a lot, I do want to hit the road. I do want to tour. If there's a city you'd like me to play in, wherever you are across the country, let me know. Because we're collecting data and we're going to be hitting the spots where we're getting the most response. Okay, so wherever you are, West Coast, East Coast, Southwest, the South, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Let me know where you are, and as we collect data, we're going to hit up those towns that are really that have the most concentration of Laire fans. And it just makes logical sense for a tour. All right, so with that, just want to thank you again. Want to again take you on my journey, so please go ahead and follow, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to sign up for the Laire VIP list, link is in the description. Join my fan group on Facebook, that link is in the description. And if you can go to my website, I got some really cool merch there as well that you need to check out. All right, again, Your assignment, as always, when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them, give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. So spread some positivity, be a life changer, be good humans, all right? Treat people well, and we'll talk to you on the next episode of Raw and Unfiltered. You have a great, great week, my friends. Take care.